Audrey, Alison. Thank you for tuning in. This is your November 2014 forecast for the month, and I'm very excited to be here. I wanted to share with you my own little personal news that I started to talk about last October. I quit my day job. So, I am full-time astrological advisor and tarot reader. I took my own leap of faith, and I'm saying that because I'm hoping to inspire anyone out there thinking of taking their own creative leap, or quantum leap. I'm calling it my quantum leap of faith. So anyway, I just wanted to share that I'm much more available, and I'm also going to be posting a lot more videos monthly because now I have the time to do so without a 50-hour week day job. Let's get into it, Cap. I have a feeling a lot of you are going inward this month. It's an internal month from the second half, from the 16th on. Let me just start at the top because, as usual, I'm already ahead of myself. So on the 6th of November, we have our full moon at 14 degrees Taurus in a sister earth sign for you, which you love. This is appealing to you. This is affecting your 5th house of romance, creativity, sports, gambling, leisure, fun. The 5th house, I love the 5th house. Leo usually governs that, does govern that on the solar wheel. But for you, Taurus marks your 5th house. But please make sure that you watch your rising sign because these are sun scopes. However, your rising sign in your natal chart determines where your 1st house actually lies. So it's best to watch your rising sign for transits as they apply more to your ascendant. But this will affect you on a solar level. The full moon is 14 degrees Taurus and bringing things to an awareness or bringing something to a culmination, showing and illuminating something that has been unseen and making it seen in the area of the 5th house, in how you're spending your free time, in your creative endeavors, in your sporting endeavors. It could also illuminate something to the point of bringing it to an ending and you realizing what doesn't serve you or suit you any longer, and then it's dismantled. But either way, this 5th house isn't your marriage or your strong, committed relationships. It's more lighthearted and, flingy, dating energy. The 5th house is, someone that you wouldn't be sharing a ring with just yet. You could let go of some casual dating experiences to open up more time for creative endeavors or also time with your children. The full moon also could bring an awareness regarding your child or children. Maybe bringing something to an ending as to how much you see them or how often you see them for those of you who have to share custody. So keep that in mind around the 6th. 2 days later after this full moon, Mercury's making his transit, making up for his lost time retrograde in October. He's transiting first on the 8th into Scorpio. I love this, okay? Capricorn, keep your head up, okay? Because your 11th house is your clubs, your friendships, your organizations, your group settings, the people, the social connections and people that could get you far in life. And having Mercury go in there, October was a shit show for trying to get things pushing forward in a retrograde between 2 eclipses because it worked against each other. The eclipses were just throwing the carpet up in the dust in the air off the carpet, and then Mercury was there just like making the particles more, fuzzy, and things weren't communicating, and it's dusty and you can't see clearly. Now, with Mercury direct in your clubs, in your friendships, in your social sectors, your connections, your wishes, hopes, and goals, your goals is the 11th house. Now Mercury can finally push forward and get you the right contacts. And actually, what this is you were on pause. Okay, I won't be surprised if I pull the Hangman for you in the tarot, or the 4 of Cups, the elephant, the standstill, because Mercury had you on hold. But now, from the 8th forward, he's working on those things he had put on pause. You probably had the initiating connections in September and maybe the very beginning of October, and then all of a sudden it was like, whoa, what the hell happened to everything that was going on for me? Give Mercury a minute. He's going to transit twice. He's only in this 11th house for 19 days, and he moves right on into your 12th. He's going to pick things up again, pick the pace up for you again. Keep in mind, you do still have Pluto stationed in your first house of self. I mean, it's a slow-moving guy, but everything feels so much more intensely to the Capricorn these days because of Pluto. So the tiniest little paper cut feels like you need a surgery on your arm, or the tiniest connection that didn't pan out feels like you were rejected for a lifetime. Keep in mind, Pluto, in your first house makes everything more intense than it needs to be. And he's also transformative. He's constantly changing. Now on the 16th, a few things are going on. Neptune, who's been stationed in Pisces forever, because Neptune moves so slow, you have no idea. He's ridiculously slow. Or you have an idea. I shouldn't say that. But he's also the planet of delusion, disillusionment, nebulous energy. He's the planet of drugs and guitar. So he's the planet of rock and roll. He's finally going direct at 4 degrees Pisces in your third house of communications. And also in Pisces, Chiron has been stationed there, the asteroid, the wounded healer. So now Chiron is conjunct Neptune, who are now both direct, which means you're putting on your rose-colored glasses in your third house of communications. Things are a lot more smoother here. You let things, brush off your, water off a duck's back, brush off your shoulder a little bit easier with Neptune direct. With him retrograde, nothing got past you. No one got past you as far as, communications, information. You didn't miss a beat. Now you might, some things might not need your attention full force. You might get off social media a little bit because Neptune's direct in your third house of internet connections or, social communication or, I'm sorry, you know what I'm trying to say. Don't you? Now that Neptune is direct, you're not taking it so seriously, this third house. You're able to let things roll off your shoulder. Like if people are talking politics online, you would have been really frustrated with Neptune retrograde and that happening. It would have rubbed you the wrong way. You could get very frustrated. But now, it's easier to let things roll off your back with him direct because he's wearing rose-colored glasses a lot. Also on the 16th, Venus transits into Sagittarius. And now from the 16th on through the rest of November, it's all about your 12th house, Capricorn. And I like Capricorns going into the 12th, because if any sign needs information intuitively or on a watery spiritual realm, it's a Cap. Because I feel Capricorns are so much earth and so stern and sturdy and dry and driven in their ways that they need a little water flow, a little nebulous energy. And Sagittarius is ruling your 12th house of psychic ability, inner reflection, peace, rest, recuperative rest, dreams, premonitions. So Venus going in there beautifies it. Mars is already in Sagittarius since October, so now Mars is conjunct Venus. Mars, the sign of men, conjunct Venus, the sign of women, in your 12th house. Your dreams are balanced. You have the perfect energy of male and female distribution in the 12th house. Now on the 22nd, the Sun also joins Venus and Mars in this 12th house. And the Sun transits into Sagittarius every year on the 22nd around. And he also, though, doesn't transit with the new moon, and that's happening on the 22nd. So the Sun and the new moon enter Sagittarius. There's a new moon at 0 degrees, okay? So each sector of your astrological chart, each pie piece, is called the house. And each piece is 30 degrees, from 0 to 30 degrees. In each sign. To start a new moon at 0 degrees of a house, of a sign, Sagittarius, your 12th house, It's bringing these beginnings on even stronger. There's such a newness, an impetus of a fresh start here. I really think Caps are having some precognitive thinking and advanced dreaming and premonitions. You're going through a lot of psychic advancement right now, and there's a lot of watery energy to this, which for Capricorns I think you need. You need to resort to the internal passions and not just the sturdy legwork of prodding along and getting everything done and getting my goals accomplished. Maybe this intuitive energy is going to lead you to the right place. And actually, it's not even maybe. It will. Allow it to. Because then one more personal planet can't stand to not join the party, and it's Mercury, who just got out of the right area of connection in an 11th house of friendships and goals and clubs and group organizations that you needed to push forward in. Then he wants to come knocking on the door of the 12th house, being like, hey, personal planets, I'm coming in here. Venus, Mars, the Sun, the new moon, and now Mercury are all conjunct in your 12th house. And there's no better placement for psychic guidance than Mercury in the 12th. Mercury is information. Mercury is communication. And the 12th house is the most quiet. You're communicating with the realms, the spirits. You're being led intuitively, Capricorn. So Mercury's aligning up your contacts from the 8th to the 27th, and then he's giving you all the internal guidance of what to do with all this. You know, I know a dear Capricorn friend said to me today, he's like, what do I do? I know what I have to do, but how do I do it all? Or what steps do I need to take now? Everything's almost there, dangling by a carrot. And now I feel like saying to him, you need to wait for Mercury. And you don't need to wait long. I feel like I'm always telling people, just give it a minute. But the reality is, these transits are so cyclical that they need a full 28 days to manifest a lunar cycle sometimes. And Mercury too, he needs 28 days. He's a quick bastard. He likes to shake it up. But having, your connections aligned at the 8th and then having all of your internal intuitive guidance, you're going to know exactly what to do and how to do it. Give November a minute. October was so difficult to move forward. Now let me get to the cards because I only have a few minutes here. And if you'd like to read with me, you can reach me at audreyallison.com and Facebook. Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot. Capricorn, November. What's going on? Psychic guidance, intuition, being led through dreams. It's a water card. You need that water, Cap. All right, Cap, here's your Earth card, the 9 of Coins, the money tree, resources, shared resources. Building your financial foundation is absolutely going to start with Mercury going into the 11th. You could have business partnerships, connections with loans and people lending money, more money. 3 of Coins, but this is the artist, the creative thinker, sitting down and writing out what it is, the steps that you need to take, that you think you need to do in order to earn more of this. Sit out in nature. Sit in a window with a view. Be outside. There's inspiration there. Creativity there. Oh, snap. Okay, the King of Coins. This is you, baby. This is the master of your environment and occupation. The King Earth sign, male. But, it can mean female, but it tends to mean the highest ranking of coin, okay? The highest amount of earnings that you're able to earn, you will earn. You got to please know that. Just please know that no one is taking from you and things aren't not working out for you because of some divine plan. If you can hold right here what it is you want, that stuff happens. I'm living proof. But also, I've seen it happen and manifest in a plethora of other people's lives. So follow the law of attraction and the manifest destiny and the secret, and it will take you far. Look at all these coin cards you have at the end, Cap. No doubt about it. You got to keep pushing forward. You're going to be guided. I'll see you next month. Have a sweet day. Bye.